February 1st, 2024. So doing something a little bit different today, kind of challenged myself. And, a lot of people might laugh at this, might think it's funny, but for me, this challenge for myself is recording in the parking lot of the gym, just walking with my phone. And if anybody hears, then they hear. But that's kind of, I've talked about it a million times, but something I'm insecure about, and I want to get over that. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm literally walking around the grass in this field, looking like a dumbass, just holding my phone up here. Not even like I'm on the phone, but kind of towards my mouth. And it's kind of how I'm starting the show, because I want to get over the whole talking in front of people. I was talking with my uncle the other day, and he was like, that's so funny that you have 100 podcast episodes and you're not afraid for anybody to listen to them. But if you were to record them live in front of people, then you'd be insecure. And yes, that's 100% true. And the same goes for holding the phone up and recording myself. I mean, that's a whole other level. And it doesn't fucking matter. It's all in my head. And I'm just trying to, document that further, show where I'm at, where I'm starting. And then to challenge myself ever so slightly to get to that next level, if you want to call it that, which sounds silly as shit, but if I'm listening to this in 2029, I'm sure it'll be pretty interesting. I'll probably laugh at this, in 5 years from now. So that's kind of the reason why I'm doing it. I mean, go listen to episode 100. It gives a great rundown of exactly what I'm doing, everything I'm doing. And there's a guy over here getting shit out of his trunk. Don't know if you can hear me, but whoo boy, So it's part of the process. We just got to get through it, keep chugging. So I'm not going to record the whole show here. I just wanted to try and get some kind of challenge or whatever for myself. There's a car stopped right in front of me. It's awkward, but we're going to keep on going. And that's the other thing. So yesterday that happened. I was on my outdoor workout, walked right past the guy, didn't even stutter, didn't even stop for a moment to try to pretend like I wasn't doing this, because I had my phone in my hand just like this. So for some context, I'm outside the gym in a big grass field near the parking lot, walking around, got my backpack on, holding my water bottle, holding my phone to my face because AirPod quality is asshole, and just walking around in circles. And that's me kind of easing out of that comfort zone. I wouldn't even call it comfort zone. I guess that's by definition what it would be, huh? So anyway, I've been listening to a lot of Chris Williamson and Alex Hormozy. And when I say a lot, I mean the 2 episodes that they have together. Or I guess 3, but I've only listened to 2. But in the episode, he talks about just doing everything you can, working as hard as you can for the purpose of knowing that you did all you could. And he talks about how he rewrote his book 19 times. Not just edited it 19 times, but rewrote the entire book 19 different times. Full, start to finish, 19 drafts. And I also want to point out something real quick. The more I'm talking, the more I'm walking around, the more I'm speaking with confidence, knowing what I'm going to talk about, the less I give a fuck about what other people have to say or what they're looking at or whatever, because I'm kind of just rolling here. And so there's an observation right there. It's pretty cool. Cool feeling. Because there's people walking by me right now. So kind of. Yeah, not really, but kind of. And anyway, so they're talking about pretty much just leaving no stone unturned, which is what I've talked about a lot, which is, again, cool to hear somebody that you look up to talk about what you have already thought and believe to be true, but hearing it from a third party, it's a very cool feeling and a very cool moment to know that you're thinking the same things that these guys think, and they're decades ahead of you. It's a very reassuring feeling when you're kind of down in the dumps. But anyway, already 4 minutes in. So they were just talking about leaving no stone unturned, leaving it all out there on the playing field, and then essentially going to bed knowing you gave it your all. There's nothing more you could have done. And so where I was going with the book thing was he's done 19 drafts, front to back drafts of the book, and then he released it. So in his words, I'm going to butcher this, but he said that there's nothing more that he could do. All the graphics, all the wording, everything was as best that he could do. And there's nothing that he could go back and change to make it better, because he believed it to be the best that there was that he could do at the time. And I may have butchered that, not word for word, I don't know. But it was to the extent or to the effect of that. And that got me thinking today, because I'm at work and we have a lot of downtime. And everybody's just on their phone. Everybody's just dicking around, And like I've said in previous shows, I love dicking around. It's fun. I love to bullshit with guys. It's fun. But when there's that pride aspect of me being able to practice discipline, and instead of grouping up in a big circle and bullshitting and telling funny stories and saying dirty words, whatever, I'm reading blueprints. I'm reading the process specification booklets. I'm reading the instructions. I'm almost word for word. There's a lot that we don't use, so I skip all that. But I'm very proud of the fact that when everybody else is bullshitting, I'm still reading, I'm still working, I'm still educating myself within my workspace or whatever, my work area. And nobody else is. Literally not one other person is doing exactly what I'm doing. Let me rephrase that. Not one other person in there is trying to read word for word every single thing about every single thing we got going on there. So there's the blueprints. We have a dozen of them. And then there's the process specifications. And there's 20 of those. And they're all about 40 to 80 pages long each. Very, very detailed, sophisticated shit that even I don't understand after reading it. But if anybody from work's listening to this, I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I do think I have a lot more discipline and control over doing the shit that I don't want to do, because I want to sit there and read blueprints all day. But I do take pride in the fact that no one else is, and that I'm learning much faster and much more at a higher rate, learning more information quicker than anybody else in the whole shop. And I don't give a fuck if that's true or not. Like I've said before, mental edge. Don't know what episode that is, but that's what it boils down to. And so if I can walk around the shop knowing that I'm giving it my all, and this is how it ties back into what I was talking about with Alex Hormozy in his book. If I can walk around the shop, and if I can leave the shop knowing that I gave everything I could that day, I did my work the best of my ability, I read, I learned. There wasn't 1 minute in there. Well, let's be real here. There wasn't any group of 5 minutes in the whole day today where all right. I work on those, by the way. Hey guys, this is life in Utah daily. Every single day I hear that at least twice. So fun fact, when I move to northern Utah, you will hear that. But anyway, I walk around the shop. I know that I did everything I could to learn, to progress my knowledge in the work required of me, and I didn't spend more than 5 minutes at a time bullshitting, dicking off, not progressing in what I'm doing. So I take pride in that, because I think if something were to happen, if something were to go wrong, I lost my job, or if I quit, or excuse me, if I got fired unfairly, if something happened, if someone was being petty and something happened, and there's no reason for me to believe this would happen, but I'm just thinking, if that were to happen, there would be no doubt in my mind that it was completely unfair, because I did everything in my ability, in my power, to execute to the highest of my ability, to hold the standard as high as I could with the work that I was doing. And I wouldn't think for a second that I wasn't good enough or I wasn't competent enough or anything, because I'm leaving no stone unturned as far as learning the process, doing the actual work, doing the actual physical labor required. So I would know in my heart that I was a great candidate, and maybe with time, the best candidate, but due to circumstances, I was let go prematurely or unfairly. It doesn't matter. But it goes back to the mental edge thing. I can't remember what episode it is. You can just type in mental edge, and I butcher it a lot in there, but it's just a thought that I have of doing things, knowing or thinking that you're the only one doing them. For example, getting up at 3 a.m. and going for a mile run, just a quick, 10-minute thing. No one else is doing that. Maybe a handful of people, maybe even a million in the whole world, maybe, but it doesn't matter. Shit, everybody could do it, but shit, if I'm out there in the 3 a.m. and nobody else is out there and I can't see anybody, I'm the only one out there. So therefore, I'm the only one out there. Nobody else is doing this shit. Nobody's working as hard as me. And it gives you that mental edge. So, don't know what episode that is, but it's funny. I said I wasn't going to record the whole episode out here, but here we are doing it. So, yeah. So anyway, it's got me thinking. Just work your ass off. Leave no stone unturned. Do everything to the best of your ability, and you'll always feel good when you go to bed at night. You'll always know you did what you could. And the moral of the whole story is, a lot of people will say, oh, who gives a shit if you do this? Or who cares if you pick up that piece of litter? Or who cares if you don't do this exactly? Or you can leave that piece of garbage out. Or no one's going to know if you skip that last set. No one's going to, but I don't know. I'll know that I skipped out. I'll know that a lot of what I'm saying here is mumbo jumbo because I'm not practicing what I preach. I talk about doing hard work and discipline and all that stuff, but if I'm not practicing what I preach and I do skimp out on that last rep, and I do walk by litter and I don't pick it up knowing that I should, it's something I'll talk about soon, I guess, because it's the easiest way to practice discipline. Do you see a piece of litter on the ground, you pick it up, throw it away? If you can't focus on the small things, you can't get the small things right, how the fuck are you ever going to do the big things? And so that's the mentality with that. So anyway, it's all about integrity. Do the shit that's required, work your ass off, and then I guess at the end of the day, nobody else will know except you. And that's the moral of the story. So, peace.